to troll. No way, right? Corki top, I don't think so. And I don't think Akshan top either, but
it will be.
Okay.
Akshan top. Here we go.
It'll be the first time we see him in the LCK since he was enabled in week 1.
Look at that alpaca. That's kind of scary.
A whole lot of tankiness here.
Well, here we go, guys. Game number 1. Good luck, have fun. Says someone on the DRX side.
Yep. Across multiple teams outside the LCK, mind you.
It's pretty decent.
Yeah, it's very good. I mean, with the sample size that high. Wait till you see Def's Jinx win rate, because that one's coming up for sure.
Oh, yeah. We don't include that. Zeka is very greedily up here, and he has flash, but it just doesn't matter. First blood given over to BDD just like that.
Okay, so this is why we talked about the BDD test, and this is why we talked about the Azir pick into the Corki, because you get early prio. You already have prio bot, and now, and Pyosik will have to match that, right? And you know, as Ghost and Peter push, they are vulnerable. Oh man, this shouldn't happen.
Yep, here we go again. Gank down on the bottom side, and he is locked up for days. Peter gets taken out. No vision on the bottom side for Ghost and Peter.
As I say it, you know, if you push up, you're vulnerable. That's why Dread has to be here, but the moment he wasn't...
Funnel meta, good times. Dread is very deep in the enemy jungle, and you see that Kingen is moving back to get on in there. But mid-prio is going the way of BDD, as the lockdown is going to come in here. Beryl does take a bunch of damage, level 6. Ghost has to cleanse there. And so that pressure is really coming in now. Def gets pretty low, even after the trade was in their favor. They're trying to push onto Peter here, but now Def might bite the bullet. But the damage isn't coming out from Ghost, and that's a double kill into the hands of Def, who is now 3-0 on his Jinx.
On the other side of the map, despite the extra top prio there for Kingen, the Rift Herald will go to Dread.
This is an unbelievably huge lead they have, as now Ghost is just going to be locked down. And he tries to flash, and it's another kill into the hands of Deft. And they're denying all of the farm. They get another kill. This is just getting...
Meta. It's just almost unheard of, as he actually gets the double.
Yeah. He even zapped the minion. It didn't matter. I have heal, he says.
Yep. This is the previous exchange, not the one we just saw.
Flashes the binding.
Just so difficult to deal with this with the Leona.
You know, like, Pyosik didn't start the Drake at 5 minutes, but he definitely got it at around 7 minutes. So it's going to be very fast for DRX to be able to just level up in this game, essentially. As, you just don't really get to enter the lane if Deft is there.
It's funny how every time BDD is in the game with the Jinx, it feels like it's the Jinx early game comp, but this time it's the Jinx Corki early game comp, where actually the early game is too strong for them. That's a full turret.
Uh-oh. They found Ghost, and, well, it's mostly going to be Zeka, and then Deft follows up for that one as Jarvan a little bit too low. Getting on in there as Beryl decides he also wants to give them a kill. Does flash away and actually gets the heal to live, but Zeka gets caught out here as well. And the TP's coming in from behind. Nice stun comes out from Beryl, but now Deft is all alone. He's like, what happened to you guys? Where did my team go? Everybody just got melted.
Tell me how heroic this swing is about to be, Valdez.
I mean, he is bursting down Peter, but he misses the, okay, there it is. Has the damage come out from the ult, the comeuppance. And there it is, but now he's going to try to flash away. Gets denied. Dread just flashes right in front of that. This is going to be an unofficial ace of everybody on the side of DRX.
Wow, BD, man. He did him dirty. Ghost needs that money.
Yeah, it's definitely good, but take a look at this. Over the wall, the 3 of them go. There is no vision in here. Their trust in this Scuttle Crab, well, Ghost is going to give it up. So now they know that this is happening, and Jarvan is here, and Peter lost half his health. So with the rocket coming out, I think Nongshim will just have to back away.
Imagine if he doesn't stand on it, as, you know, Kingen's starting to feel the fear of Kana here. The items
Zoom in on Ghost, like even Jonas Strong is trolling him.
Yeah, if he doesn't step on that, then suddenly Nongshim have free reign of him.
Uh-oh, Ghost could be in a bit of trouble.
Get behind that turret.
There we go. It's going to hit him and take him down.
He had flash. Well, I think he could have gotten behind that turret.
Jonas Strong's like, sir, it's right there.
2 small errors here from Ghost actually really taking all the wind out of Nongshim's abilities. Meanwhile,
Hold the phone. Dread goes down. And he's going to give a kill over to Peter, though. So Zeka trades 1 for 1, but now Peter's got some gold. It's actually going to corral them up into the north side, but he doesn't quite have the range that this Akshan does and the chase ability, so Kana will have to back away from this pit.
it's such a tense moment here. Zeka needs to hit this poke, though.
Kozik's on vision. He's got to be careful. It's a decent amount that can come out from Ghost, Peter, and BDD. But yeah, Zeka's position up here on the top side, very annoying as the Drake is going to go down. And Dread should be fine. Doesn't look like... Okay, never mind. We're going in. We get the knock up on the Dread. And they should be able to get this kill to come up and from very far range. As now BDD goes in and finds 2. That's the BDD Azir we were waiting for. And he immediately turns that fight around. Able to pick them both up as Ghost nearly dies. Corki, by the way, still in the game.
Ghost has had such a hard time in this game. He's really struggling. He's 0-4-3.
Dread is going to take immense amount of damage as trying to stay in there is Zeka. Not quite able to, but Dread is still going to go down. As the Solar Flare follow-up is coming on in. The couple up, it will be blocked there, but Pyosik is going in for the follow-up. Really nice knock-up onto the 2 of them, but he will get taken out. But it does not seem to matter as Jarvan is coming back, and the rest of the team is going to go down as Kingen is still chasing you. Good luck getting away from Akshan. As Pyosik, by the way, he's back. He got rest. It's an unfortunate scenario.
Hey, they made their choice in draft. They have to live with it now.
Yep. As now, yeah, I'm going to have to throw out the Crescent Guard here. Deft just going to shell them down. As, wow, lots of damage is coming out from Kana. Again, he's really fed. He just wishes the game didn't go this way. So is BDD. He's doing a really good job. And that is one thing that Nongshim do have in spades, is wave clear, right? We've seen this with Azir. And not only Azir, but they have a Caitlyn. They have a Graves.
Yeah.
It's great wave clear.
But they are going to be clearing 3 lanes worth of inhibitor minions here if something doesn't change soon. And the problem is that the poke just wins out even against fed carries. We've seen it so many times where, you know, the 80 carries items are coming online, and I'm like, I don't even want to look at that. I don't care about that. It's not relevant. It is for Deft in this case when Zeka is actually killing.
Oh, what a knockup coming out there. There's a lot of low health bars on the side of DRX. The poke, though, is coming in as BDD gets in there again and gets them both into their GAs as the damage not quite going to come out, though. Fantastic attempt does come out from the side of Nongshim and BDD especially, but it wasn't enough as Kana welcome to Corki's world.
I was pretty worried for DRX because Zeka was just killing minions. He wasn't poking anybody, but I guess they didn't need his damage till the last possible moment. That's the state of the game, Valdez, right there.
I love this with Akshan. You can just troll on the Nexus. Down he will go. They have the range. GG. DRX takes game number 1 on the backs. Potentially gotten a loss, but because there wasn't enough of a lead in the top side of the map and your bottom lane lost, there's just really no hope against what Zeka had to offer in terms of damage. This is
covering.
You get a big
King
smile.
Smiling.
Makes me feel like
The
it won't be
Jace
picked.
is the way, though. The Jace is what you want here. Well, can you get on top of Jinx is the real question, but even if you do, the amount of damage you'll take on your way in is going to be so heavy. I think that
get the nice little clap. Hopefully, eventually, we do get our fan chants back. But let me double check that. 12-5 after that win in the last game.
Usually, we talk about this a lot, but usually must-pick champions hover around 50. Sometimes, I'll hold that thought.
Okay, Kana being baited into this fight. Really nice knockback there from King, and there's no flash available on Kana, so he's just trying to ghost out of this one. The flash comes in, and the last hit will do it for King, and fantastic gank. But that means that now this bottom lane, oh, they both missed.
Deft is like,
they
oh my god.
Missed. Deft with the perfect sidestep. He throws down the chompers. Doesn't look like the Devourer's up though, so now Beryl is trying to kill Dread, but guess who's here? It's BDD. And he won some of this fun as well, but he's only going to get a flash out of Beryl.
There's
okay,
the
he
call.
bought a call.
Yeah, there's the call.
Pyosik walking into the darkness here. He's going to take a lot of damage. There's the knockup from Dread, and Pyosik with no flash will be taken down. Nice little pick off there, as you know, that bot priority. We do have Peter roaming and setting up to help for a kill.
So things you like to see as Dread is now making his pass up to the top side of the map. Kingen has no flash. There's a huge crashing wave.
It's a lot of damage that comes in. Easy dive on the top side. Kana going to be able to pick that one up without even using his ultimate. He'll use that to clear the wave.
Means double objective likely on the cards here for Nongshim.
Okay, we're going for a bit of a trade here. The needles are out, and Kingen has to be careful about that sustain as Kana really fast going to get on top of him and throw out the needles. Kingen going way too deep for that one. Kana, a solo killer in his own right, will pick up that one.
Rapidly, because Deft is actually still able to stay relevant after what was a really tough start to this lane. As Ghost is really playing with fire here. Barrel's like, I'm still here.
Okay, the flash comes in. He has to flash away, but there's the knock-up and the rocket straight into his face. Ghost, a bit of an overstep, and immediately Deft and Barrel will punish.
Ghost has had some whoopsies this series, that is for sure. It's unfortunate to say it, but he is really struggling
with this Cloud Soul.
It's definitely the three, of the three, the worst one to get. As Barrel cannot quite get out of here, doesn't have flash.
Does not have flash, and you see that Pyosik's like, yeah, see ya. There's nothing I can do for you.
So, you know, spilling more blood over here to the side of Nongshim.
The kill is going to be the name of the game for DRX. Of course, Zeka does not have his Ludens just yet, so it's not as egregious as we have seen in the past, the poke.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely not going to be... When the Ludens comes through, it gets a lot more difficult to actually deal with this poke as Nongshim, and it makes it a lot easier to actually pull it off as Zeka. We'll get this, okay.
Oh, he got it! Oh, man!
Denied. And Dread instantly speaks. He's like, did he have vision? No, he didn't, actually. He's just that good.
He's just that good. There you go.
He's just that good. Look at that Jinx win rate. It's his plot armor, Valdez. Yeah. That is his plot armor.
And
how many autos? Oh, he
there you go.
In the second one, yep.
Oh, Barrel not expecting that. Immediate teleport coming in as Barrel is in danger, knocked up out of that abyssal dive, and he will be taken down. It is just a Tom Kent, but again, that takes survivability away from Deft. It means that he can't quite defend as well here on this turret.
And the wave clear here for DRX is decent, but it's not, you know, it's not so good that without a Cork you can defend. You will need Zeka to come back here, and you will need to group up. So it's a lot of permanent damage done in mid. And that, I think what Nongshim could be doing right now, too, is sending Gwen to a side lane.
Okay, they're just going to give away that Drake, and you take a look at the poke. Here comes the package, as it does slow down Dread. Crescent Guard will keep him alive, essentially. If he didn't have that, might have been chased down.
This is the moment where the Corki came online. You know, this is the moment where we said where Nongshim could not fight. Right? It was at the 24.5-minute mark.
Yeah.
And Nongshim said, "I can't do this anymore," and then they walked away empty-handed. We may see 3 more Drake fights like this because, as you mentioned, Nongshim do have good scaling too, so it's hard for DRX to end this. But if they have positional priority,
TP. TP's coming in. Kingen has to get taken down here. No Devourers available. They're trying to get on top of him, but BDD really goes down, and Kana will pick up that kill. Pyosik able to get out of here as the needles not quite doing the damage. Zeka able to Valkyrie away as Deft is very slow. Dread definitely considering it, but again, so much damage over the wall as he looks for it. BDD nearly dies.
A second
He'll survive for now.
Yeah, he lives both times. Luckily for him, he's going to get out of here with no summoners.
Oh.
One more.
They see the ward come down and they know.
These are the decisions you're trapped to make. No way.
Oh, he's going for the fountain. Can he get it? Oh, nobody was quite there. That's definitely a good trade for Nongshim, but they're not in position to fight over the Drake. And look at this. Ghost is so dead.
Couldn't be more dead.
Package comes in, and yeah, I mean, Dread's there, but who's going to win this fight? Spoiler alert, it's Corki. We talked about this in the draft. Yeah. And now the rockets are coming out. The needles are just massive from Kana, though. As now Pyosik behind enemy lines looking for a potential follow-up. All the poke members still alive.
The crazy thing about this, too, is DRX played this so perfectly. They saw, okay, we could take Baron. We chipped down a lot of their carries down to half health. We're on Baron. We have this choke point controlled. But where's Kana? I'm not going to trade an objective. DRX just said, I will not trade. Push Nongshim back again, poke them out again, set up on the Baron again. And if you're Nongshim, this is a nightmare. You have to come to DRX and you have no vision. You can see nothing.
Yeah, Peter has to face check, and, well, that's one guy down. Kana's up there, half health. King in position, BDD behind them. You know, who's flanking who here? I'm not so sure. King in a little bit of trouble, though. The rest of his team seems to be abandoning him, as now this might be the engage. Trying to get in there with the Abyssal Dive, his barrel, and here come the needles. Kana finally finds his moment. The double kill goes the way now of BDD, as Kana gets in there, shuts down the Jinx, and Nongshim finally find an engage.
Did they find an engage, or did DRX walk right into them instead of using the choke and looking for the poke there and starting up the Baron? I think that was a really big overstep by King, and the rest of the team wanted to come through and follow up. It's not over yet.
Saying over.
They still don't have vision on that tri-brush.
Not like this.
Bye-bye! Oh my god, Valdez, this game is insane. And Zeka still got 2 rockets left.
What's insane, the game or us watching the game? I don't know. Here comes Kana. It's like, oh yeah. And can they actually get Pyosik out of here? The damage is not quite there. Nice job by Nongshim. The stopwatch does come in, but they will delay the damage, but the smoke comes in. That was so close.
Oh my god, I almost jumped out of my chair. They still get it. They'll have 4 Barons they walk away with.
That's what it takes to take Baron against this team. One of the nerfs that Corki is receiving is to his package.
Yeah.
And I don't think there are any other nerfs planned at the moment.
Yeah, I was talking with Atlas about this. Maybe the R damage could be a good idea, but, you know,
yeah.
What do I know?
I think so. Well, we do have an engaged, Dread. You know, this is how you find it. And again, this is what Nongshim have to do if they want to engage. They just need to run into you.
Well, this is...
And that can be a problem. They have a lot of speed, right? They have the... And it doesn't matter! And it just does not matter! The engage comes in. Pyosik a little bit too overeager there.
Nongshim need to start this Drake if they want it. They need to start the Drake if they want it.
Peter flashes the wall, and that is going to be the kill. That does come in, but Deft is in position. Ghost does a lot of damage. CP coming in as Zeka is coming back with full health.
Too late. Too late.
Full rockets.
Didn't start the Drake, Valdez.
Oh, no.
They stayed. They looked for the kills. They were so wrong.
Yeah, this is what happens.
You're not getting this Drake. Not tonight, Nongshim.
Oh, they get the root. Burst damage. Nope. TK is right there, and he goes alone.
Okay, but Zeka's here.
Yeah, Zeka's gonna pick up the kill. As Karma's in position, ready to shield, ready to burst with the, or to stop the burst rather. As the knockup comes in, flash available for Ghost. He's going to survive again. Deft is trying to force the fight as hard as he possibly can, as everybody misses.
Time to leave.
Oh my. What
Are we watching an FPS right now? Are we watching League of Legends?
He just got headshot, dude. Like, that's what...
Oh! This is an aim game. This is not a MOBA.
Oh no, there's a TP coming in now. I am losing
It's King and he's here.
And Kana, he's all alone.
He's already used his mist.
Yeah, well, we do have the needles coming out. He does have nice sustain, but unfortunately, he just doesn't have any teammates. DRX. As, getting on in there, going to force that Devour out. There we go. They're going to find the run-in, as they do a lot of damage, but Beryl is going to survive. Pyosik has to get in there. Zeka eating a lot of bullets on the backside as Peter just gets annihilated. We got rocket launchers in this FPS.
Def the sniper. Yeah. He's got the rocket launcher and the sniper from Halo. How can he have both? It's not fair.
And this is the point in the game now where Deft is also a poke champion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, he's on BDD. I'm sorry, man. You thought you smiled when you walked in the Victor when you guys had no plan, but you're not smiling now. He's like, I hope Corki walks through this one specific place.
He doesn't have teleport, right? So this is his way to flank.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do when you don't have hard engage. It's unfortunate.
The thing is, Zeka does have teleport, and he's never going to walk back through here.
Yeah, Dread, extremely tanky. He's still getting on in there, looking for the knockup, but again, we do have Jarvan who, BDD, he doesn't get to play the game. As we are about to fight over the dragon.
Yep, the 7th of the game. That's how these go. Yeah, it's just a slow and painful death, and Nongshim are hoping they survive long enough for the Elder fight that they can hope to 50-50 flip.
Yeah, I think that DRX are playing it pretty well, too. Like, in terms of their positioning, they have never really gotten so out of position outside of that one terrible moment in the enemy jungle, as now we're going to see BDD nearly die, but the engage is attempted, but it's only on to Tom Kench. The spread right now is really good from DRX, and at this point, it might be a little bit too little too late to find and engage.
I mean, now there's super minions coming in, so you just sit behind that, and eventually the game ends.
Yeah.
The minions win it for you.
PSGA, by the way, the Zeka.
Never popped.
Yep, never got a pop. Peter nearly dies. He is going to Valkyrie away from that one. We do have the curtain call coming on in from Ghost. You better get out of there real quick. Okay, he is going to avoid the phosphorus bomb. And DRX say, well, we're just going to back away. As BDD comes in, he's angry. He's looking for more. This could be a turnaround. You know, we've already seen one this week.
You can't chase too far here as Nongshim, though, because of the super minions. So it's really, really tough. Zeka has teleport, and if you leave your base too far, then Corki will actually just end the game. So you have to be so cautious, as you see here. The back interrupt and kill. Goodbye. Deft has sniped, I think, 3 players this game of his 4 kills.
Yeah, and all his rockets seem to hit, too. Their flips.
Package.
They have a very infamous history here, especially this season. So they're going to try to avoid the Elder Flip.
I want to see a miracle, Nongshim. Tell me it's possible, Nongshim.
Ooh, nice engage there, but Team Tom Kent does, in fact, exist. His BDD, unfortunately, not going to be able to get on in there. Zeka, he has GA, as Kana is trying his absolute best. Ingen is going to miss that shot blast on the back, and down will go the Corki. I repeat, Corki is dead. They finally did it. And then everybody died. DRX will win 2 games in this series against one of our better teams in the LCK. Off of the backs of this insane poke comp, they get the job done.
They pivoted a bunch of champions. They spun it around, and when you could see the players' faces and you saw the hovers and then BDD locked in, you're like.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Ji-sun for the POG Interpret Translation, joined by Deft and Zeka, the damage carries of DRX. Congratulations, you guys managed to take down one of the teams that was on the top of the LCK. How do you feel? I'm so happy that we are on a winning streak, and also I played back-to-back Jinx, one of my favorites, and I won both of them, so it feels great. And Zeka, you said, if you have a losing streak, you're gonna come back with a winning streak, and it is really happening for DRX. I don't think I kind of outperformed, but I actually made a lot of mistakes, but my teammates carried me to victory. DRX is now on a winning streak. Is that, the full potential of the DRX finally coming online? I think we have a lot more to show, but this is definitely the beginning of it. And just like you mentioned, your signature pick, Jinx, was popping off in game number 1 and 2. So how do we rate this champion in the current meta? Once a lot of certain marksmen are banned away, this is pretty powerful. But in this series, my Jinx was not having a good time early on, but somehow I managed to, scale and pop off later on. And with this victory secured today, your Jinx is now 45-4. What does this champion mean to you? Nothing special, but whenever I play, I just win. So it's good. Maybe a very precious lucky charm for Jinx, for Deft. And then you guys were able to dominate the bottom lane against Caitlyn and Lux. Was that something you expected? No, I thought I was gonna be, getting bullied on and on during the laning phase, but Beryl was able to find some perfect engage angle and we were able to punish them. Yeah, what did Beryl say about this Ghost Beryl matchup? He was not actually paying too much attention about it, he always doesn't really pay too much attention about his opponents. And Zeka, Kingen gave Akshan his LCK debut, so could you tell us about that pick as well? The moment that champion was released, Kingen practiced it so much. And he's really good at it. So he also had this desire to play it for the first time in the LCK, so I'm really happy for him. What was the teammates' reaction when he said he wants to play Akshan? I mean, his Akshan is just insane, so we all trusted his Akshan play. Then game 2, we had a very powerful poke comp from DRX together with Jace and Quirky. Our comp can outrange the opponent. We can also save each other, especially with the Tomcat ult. And also the opponent didn't really have a lot of engaged tools. So I was pretty happy with our draft. Game number 2, Quirky was let through again. What did you feel at that moment? Quirky is like too OP. But, you know, he's really weak in lane. But even though I get solo kill twice, you know, it's still, you know, doable, serviceable because Quirky is just so strong later. Do you think that Pocom is the most superior comp in the meta? Not really, just Quirky being just broken. Yeah, indeed. Quirky always just sweeping away the opponents. Is what we have been watching throughout the LCK spring. How far can Quirky fall behind? I mean, as long as Quirky has a decent CS number and his teammates are doomed on the top and the bottom lane, you can still win that game with Quirky. Looking forward to seeing how the LCK teams react to that pick from now on. And then we had a very sneaky steal from Jinx Ultimate in the game number 2, and you had a lot of snipe kills as well. Could you give us some tips about using that ult? You have to keep your eyes on the map, you know, where the enemies are located at, and also the ult cooldown is pretty short, so I just used it whenever I wanted to. Did you calculate the Herald steal as well? I mean, you know, we actually made some plan. You know, we didn't want to contest for the Herald, so I just wanted to give it a shot because we were not going to contest for that anyways. And then turned out super well. And then I want to ask you about your build as well. Game number 1, it was Gale Force, but game number 2 it was Kraken Slayer. Game number 1, I was supposed to take Cleanse, but I didn't. So, because I wanted to go, you know, harder during the laning phase, so I just wanted to compensate the loss of the spell with that survivability of Gale Force. In game 2, you know, our comp was so good. We had such a long range, so I was pretty confident that I can just go with Kraken Slayer. And your next opponent after the Lunar New Year break will be KT Roaster, another team on a hot streak. Rascal is doing a fantastic job, but I'm looking forward to seeing the top lane matchup with Kingen and Rascal. I hope Kingen does a great job, and I will also do my best winning the bottom lane. What about you, Zeka? Today, KT beat Genji 2-0. They did a fantastic job. So I will keep my eyes on the Arya song on the mid lane. And congratulations once again on the victory, and this is gonna be a start of the Lunar New Year, so holiday wishes for the fans, please. Happy New Year for all the fans watching this series, and that will be it from Def Zeka from DRX. I'm gonna pass it back to Atlas and Chronicler. Thank you.